Hey guys, how are you? This is Andy here, aka Montolio, and I'm joined by Josh, aka Cronin, and here we are, guys. We have got round six with bactgudz and his espresso stacks build versus Doza the OG and his bug build. How are you, Josh?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Pretty exciting matchup here.
Yep, bactgudz wins this and he'll go to first place. And
Yeah,
Doza has to win to have a shot at the top eight.
yeah, kind of unfortunate for bactgudz there that he was the only one that actually was sitting in top eight. That in round six that got pared down, which is was a little bit peculiar. But regardless, he's playing a reasonable matchup here. Unfortunately, he's had a pretty bad start. He's had to mulligan to five on the play.
Yeah, Workshop and Trinisphere, though, isn't a bad follow up to that.
No, for sure, for sure. And I think one of the things that actually bodes in Backups' favor here is the fact that Doze the OG doesn't actually have any wastelands in his deck. He's just running the one strip. So that certainly must be giving Backups a certain level of security here.
Yeah, kind of surprising to see Deathrite in the deck without more Wasteland effects.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. But
Certainly, from playing shops, you and I both know that when you can just play your Workshop without having to worry about getting it removed, there's just nothing nicer.
yeah, it's a pretty sweet feeling, and more often than not, I would say if you have an uncontested Mishra's Workshop on the table, then you're probably going to win the game. But he did mulligan to four, and I don't know what type of heat he has in his hand.
Well, he's gonna have some time to draw it.
Yeah, yeah, that Trinisphere or that Tangle Wire is pretty nice, and so is the Trinisphere for that matter. Now here's an interesting scenario, Josh. He's got the Tangle Wire down, okay? So he's tapping down all those permanents, but when it comes back to Bactgud's turn here, he's going to have to tap down his Trinisphere, which negates its effect. So this is going to allow Doza, in his upkeep, to have three mana to do something like an Abrupt Decay, uh, a Brainstorm, something like that, right? In his upkeep, he sacrifices his Scalding Tarn, gets a land, taps it, taps his Deathrite Shaman, takes the land out of his graveyard, and taps his sea. He's got three mana, so that's not that great.
Well, he would have been able to play a Abrupt Decay if he wanted to, anyways.
No, he would have to have three mana.
Well, he's got Deathrite Shaman, so
Well, that's true. You're right. Regardless, my point being is Trinisphere is not all that wonderful right at the moment.
yeah.
But I mean,
Agreed.
in the sense that he can get a spell over top of it. But I mean, it's good in the sense that the high majority of this Doze's spells are well under three casting cost. The average is about 1.88 according to the Gathering.
Oh, nice.
So that makes your spells more expensive.
So now Bacta's leaving on his Trinisphere.
Yeah, which is a smart play by him. I mean, he took the opportunity of not playing something with his Workshop. He's missed mana on multiple draws here, but he understands the value of the Trinisphere. But I'm a little surprised Doza hasn't played something to this point. I mean, he's got to have a card in his hand.
Well, he's beaten down.
Yeah, well, that's just not that good of an idea, especially when he's discarding. And Doza's missed on lands here a couple turns in a row as well, so both struggling.
Oh, here comes a Chalice.
Yeah. Chalice at one is real good against this guy. He's got 22 cards in his deck that are one casting cost.
Yeah, that's not one he wants to see.
Oh, absolutely not. Now he does run three Abrupt Decay's main deck, which laughs at Chalice of the Void, but
True. He has some tools to fight it.
I know it's a card I don't like to see when I'm playing shops.
So, bactgudz evidently has a lot of big spells in his hand. And he needs some land.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good one to get. I mean, I would just distinctly give the advantage to bactgudz here right now because these creatures are just so much more powerful when you start getting up into the 5 mana category than what Doza has.
Yep, things are starting to get out of hand if Doza doesn't do something very quickly here.
Okay, so he's dug him for a couple life there, which doesn't seem all that important at the moment. Those Deathbite Shamans do pick away at you.
It's not irrelevant with cards like Ancient Tomb on the table, but, you know, he's facing down a Lodestone now, so...
Yeah. Those actually runs a couple main deck Predators as well, Trigon Predators, which would just lay a beating on bactgudz if he could get it down. That would be that'd pretty much be a good game. I don't know that Bact could recover from that.
Yeah, short of a Metamorph.
Yeah. Well, he's got all sorts of removal for Metamorphs too, so...
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say all sorts, but I mean, he does have a main deck Sabotage, Maelstrom Pulse. Go for the Throat doesn't do anything. Abrupt Decay. Actually, Abrupt Decay can't hit that Metamorph.
Well, once it becomes a Trigon, can it hit it?
I'm not sure about that, Josh. That's an interesting question. It is a forecasting cost spell, but a Trigon's 3, so...
I think it might be able to.
I'm really not sure about that. It's an interesting question.
Maybe someone will leave us a comment.
Yeah. I'd be very interested to know. Maybe it takes on all the cards' original attributes that it copies.
So Maze is certainly good.
Yeah.
Stands to reason Bact has some other big guys in his hand here.
Yeah. The problem with the Maze Ith here is, I mean, wouldn't he much rather just have a regular mana here to try and advance his board?
Probably, especially since he had to remove one of his lands just for the tutor.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 mana right now under a Trinisphere and 2 Lodestone Golems. That is a problem. So this game is just getting out of hand now. Double Lodestone is very, very bad for Doza. You know, he's got 8 cards in his hand right now. You know that 7 of those are 1 casting cost spells.
Yep. And any Wasteland is going to be just devastating here.
Oh, absolutely. Now he's up to 6. I think Bact has a couple Worm Coils in his deck. Ooh, Strip Mine. You called it, Josh. That is a devastating beating.
Karn can come out, and...
Yeah, gotta love Karn. Karn is...
Trinisphere can start beating in there, and... Chalice, granted, isn't very good with Karn, but...
No. Well, if you want to get rid of someone's Chalice, it's good, but...
Sure.
It's pretty good with a Trinisphere, though. And a Smokestack, for that matter. And Tangle Wires, and...
The nice thing is, in this board state, he doesn't even need to start putting counters on his Smokestack. He can just leave it sitting there and attack for 4 with it if he wants.
Yeah, that's true. Now, having said that, I would probably tick it up to 1 because the game's just over. He can afford to sacrifice a permanent, like...
ancient tomb.
Definitely. He doesn't even need to cast another spell with a smokestack. He's able, just going to take away his. The opponent still is nowhere close to casting something. He needs to rip another land before he can even think about it. That's underneath the chalice too.
Double lodestones, a thorn.
Yeah. Beg your pardon. Not good for the Doza.
And he can't gain life anymore because his green source is gone.
Mm-hmm. That's very true, Josh. Not bad for a mulligan to 5 for backtgudz right now.
Yeah.
5. Ooh, there it is. The smokestack. What a great card that is. It will chew up all your permanents, folks.
And with a crucible, it is just about the worst.
There it is. Game 1. Backtgudz.
Alright, on to game 2. See if they can both start with 7 here.
Doze is down to 6.
It's his turn to mulligan, I guess. It was good luck for backed before.
Yeah, that's always one of the sweetest feelings when you're devastated. You mulligan to 5, and when you can come back from that. I remember I was playing in a daily event once, and I was playing against George, and he was on Hermit Druid, and I had to mulligan to 5, and it was one of those double lodestone type hands. Lodestone turn 2, lodestone turn 3, and just locked him out in wastelands. It was pretty sweet. It's nice when you can do it.
Well, what'd you mulligan to in your game against Affinity earlier in the tournament? 4?
That was not Affinity. That was Oath. I mulliganed to 4, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah. All I can tell you, it was bad.
Yeah.
I think I kept a no-lander.
Well, at 4, I mean, you're left with little choice at that point.
I think it was something like maybe I'd have to go back and look now, but I know I had something like a Sol Ring in my hand and a Metal Worker. It was just an abomination. Anyways,
Yikes.
back.
This is a
very good start here.
Crippling beginning.
Yeah, double sphere resistance. The only thing that would really hurt back here is if he came out with Strip Mine. That would be pretty devastating.
What do you think he vamped for? Trigon?
Hard to say. I mean, Trigon's certainly he doesn't have a better card in his deck, so.
He's just never getting there, though, at this point.
No, this is game over, as far as I'm concerned. How's he going to get underneath 3 spheres? He still cannot even cast a 1 casting cost spell. If back casts another sphere here, it's very difficult to get ahead. I mean, I guess he can play a Delver at 1. If he doesn't play a sphere, and he plays a land.
Does he have lightning bolts?
I don't think so. Nope. He doesn't. Unless he's got some in his board. Let me just check there. I don't think he does, though. He's got 3 Ingot Chewers in the board. He's got a Shattering Spree, which would be amazing against backed. But that's it. He's got a main deck Steel Sabotage, Maelstrom Pulse.
But how much red mana does he even have? Shattering Spree doesn't make that much sense.
He's got 1 mountain, which he sits in. How peculiar. Why would he have Shattering Spree?
I don't know, it doesn't make any sense.
That's got to be an error.
Why wouldn't you just have Nature's Claims?
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Particularly.
This game's over.
He cast another. Oh, he's got a. Okay. Too busy looking at deck lists here. Yeah, this game's over. So there you have it, folks. Bactgudz downs Doza the OG 2-0.
Congrats.
Hope you enjoyed. See you soon.
Bye.